So we're going to grab the green ball out of your little rad block, just a single green ball. And we're going to do feet real fast, okay? So let's start with the right foot. And we're just going to roll this down the center line of the foot. Just starting right down the middle, roll it from front to back, putting your pressure down as you push toward the heel. Okay, and now we're just going to move it a little over to the arch. Couple more rolls, and then move it to the pinky side. So we're just going to cut the foot in 3 lines. Okay, now we're going to just have the heel down, ball of the foot on the ball, and just tick-tock back and forth. Put some weight into it. And then we're going to bring it under the heel, a little side to side. So the toes are on the floor, and now the ball's under the heel of the foot. And again, we'll just heel back and forth like a windshield wiper. Okay. One big scribble all over the bottom of the foot. And we'll move to the other side. So straight down that center line on that left foot. So again, thinking of the foot like it's got 3 lanes going from the toes to the heel. And we're in that center lane. You're pushing your weight down as you move the ball back towards your heel. And then take it over to the arch side of the foot. And then last, we're going to take it to the pinky side of the foot. And then you're going to bring your heel down, ball of the foot on the ball, put your weight into it, let the toes curl around the ball, and we're just again kind of tick-tocking those toes back as you pivot on the heel. Move it to the heel of the foot, ball of the foot on the floor, and now we're going to pivot the heel back and forth, or we're going to tick-tock the heel back and forth, kind of pivoting on the ball of the foot. And then one last scribble all over the bottom. Good. And then we're going to come to the feet. We're going to do the outer portions of the shins. So you're going to take this to your, we'll start on the right leg. Grab for your shin bone, and right where your fingers wrap around, you kind of feel how you're on the meaty part of the calf. And we're going to sit in this kind of mermaid seat. So that right shin is in front, that left leg's behind you. And I've got that ball, again, if I grabbed on the front of my shin, my fingertips would be wrapping around the shin bone and going behind it, kind of where the calf meat is. And I'm just going to put the ball kind of a little bit below my knee, like a hand, just like a couple fingers below my knee. And then I'm going to push from the top down into the ball so that it feels like the ball is driving up behind my shin bone. And I'm just going to move it down towards my foot, maybe an inch, and do it again. And we're just going to walk that ball down the outside edge of the calf muscle here. And I should be able to feel the ball's resistance kind of under my palm through the meat of my calf muscle here. Now, I'm only going to go to about where the tendon for that Achilles starts, right? You can start to feel like it's real thin down there by your ankle. So I'm going to get right around maybe 4 or 5 fingers away from the ankle bone. And then I'm going to work my way back up. So I'm rolling the ball up. I'm going to put some pressure of my body weight down into it. And move it up again. Do it again. All the way till we get back up towards that knee. Okay, so now we're gonna go on the top side. So same leg, you're gonna take that green ball. So now I'm just behind the shin bone on the top part of that calf, or the inside medial part of the calf. And I'm gonna push that ball with my palm down into the meat of the calf muscle here. And you can even give it a little twist if that feels good. Then we'll just roll it down another inch. Push it down into the meat of the calf, and maybe again you add a little twist. Roll it down, push, little twist. And I'm just going to keep rolling that green ball down, get a little pressure. You might find some spots along the way that feel pretty good, and you want to just stay there for a moment. You can. We're just going to work our way again down towards where it starts to thin out towards the ankle bones. And then we'll just work our way back up. Pressing down into the ball. And again, maybe even just giving a little twist just to try to help encourage a little separation between the tissues here. And then I'm just going to take the ball and do one long roll. So I'm just behind the shin bone. I'm pressing down into the ball and I'm rolling it down towards my heel. I'm going to roll it back up. So again, it kind of takes a little bit of maneuvering with the hand, but I'm just pushing down as I roll, just kind of ironing out the calf there. So you've made your way down to the heel, now you're back up. Last thing we're going to do is just place the ball right under the calf, kind of in the middle-ish. So if I looked at my leg in 3 sections, I'd be kind of right in the center of the calf. And then I'm just going to turn my leg in and out and let that ball kind of cross fiber on the back of the calf muscle here. So you can kind of feel how it kind of clumps over those ropey muscles. And again, I'm turning my leg bone in and out. So I'm rotating the whole thigh bone to get the toes to turn out and in. Good. You can move it down maybe just an inch or 2. We're just hitting most of the bigger portion of the calf, so you don't have to go very far. And good. We'll go ahead and do the other side. Now, if you want to just take a moment to see the difference from side to side, sometimes I just like to move my feet around and just check the tension and the tone to see what's different. And then we're going to go on the left side. So we're back on that outer border of the shin. So I'm going to take my fingers and wrap it around the leg bone until I feel the bone kind of sink back in behind the calf. And that's where I'm going to place the ball. So I'm just a little bit below the knee. And everything should feel soft as I press the ball into the calf and the hand into the calf from the top. So you'll know if you're hitting bone, right? If you've got a really hard stop. If you feel like the ball hits something bony or just feels like there's no give, then just move it a little bit till you get to the more softer tissue of the muscle. So we're again just rolling the ball manually, maybe like an inch or so each time towards the ankle. Putting some pressure down into it, rolling it again, putting some pressure into it. And once you feel like you've gotten down to where the kind of meatier part of the muscle is turning into a narrower tendon, we're going to go back up. And then we'll start to move our way back up towards the knee. And you're going to feel difference from side to side. It may just kind of depend on what your dominant leg is, maybe any injuries. So this is my foot that had a broken bone. So this calf is definitely different than the other one for me. All right, once you've worked your way all the way back up to the knee, we're going to take it around and bring it to the top side of the calf, which is going to be the medial inside border of the calf. So we're up by the knee, just behind the shin bone. And I'm going to take my palm, press it down into the knee, and then just give it maybe a little twist. Press down, little twist. Press down, little twist. And again, I'm just working my way down the muscle towards the ankle. And then we're going to work our way back up. Okay, so now you're going to make your way back up towards the knee. And now I'm going to take that ball and I'm just going to use it kind of like an iron, and I'm going to roll it down towards my ankle, putting pressure as I move it down the calf. And if you have spots along the way that you want to stop in, you can always stop. And then I'm going to go back up. And again, I'm putting quite a bit of pressure in there, but that feels good. So you got to work with what parameters feel good to the tissue here. Should feel productive. Good, once you made your way back up to the top, now we're gonna go on to the back side of the calf, and I'm just maybe like 4 or 5 fingers below the knee. It almost feels like I'm in the center of the widest part of the calf. And then I'm just gonna turn my leg bone in and out as I let it kind of clunk from side to side. Couple more there, and then we're just gonna move it down. Oh, all right, move it down maybe an inch or 2. Still feeling like I'm on a pretty meaty part of the calf. I'm like kind of right in the center, maybe just a little below center. This one is a lot more tender for moi. Okay, just a couple more. Good. Go ahead and set that ball off to the side. Take your legs out in front. Pull back on those toes. Try to get up on those sit bones. And we're going to inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, try to fold forward towards your legs from the hips. Now you can grab anywhere along the legs that you can. And then you're going to think of lengthening the spine. So I'm trying to take the rounding out of the back. Lengthen as long as you can out of the pelvis. Keep tilting the whole pelvis forward. And then when you find a place that you've gone as far as you can, you're going to round your spine. Then on your inhale, I want you to think of lengthening again, trying to pick up the head and chest, tilting the sit bones back, holding onto the shins or the ankles, and then exhale, folding. I just want to do that 2 more times. Inhale, spine goes flat. You're trying to pull yourself forward from your hips. And exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, let's just point your toes. Press the tops of the feet down as you point your toes. Just get a stretch to the top of the foot. Good. Go ahead and roll yourself all the way back up. Squeeze the thighs together. We're going to roll all the way onto our backs. On your exhale, tuck your tail under. Roll yourself all the way down. Inhale, arms come up over the ears. And then we're going to exhale and roll right back up. All the way up. Sit up tall and hinge from the hips. Reach forward over the toes. Good. We're going to inhale, sit back up. Exhale, tuck your tail underneath you. Roll yourself down with control. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, peel it up. Inhaling at the top. Exhaling, hinging forward. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, roll back. So you can move with your own breath here. Exhale. Reach. Roll back. A couple more like this. Rolling up, reaching past the toes, the flat back, sitting up tall, rolling all the way down. Let's go for 2. One more. Good. Stay down on the floor. You're going to bring your hands behind your head. Exhale, peel your head and shoulders up. Keep your left leg on the floor and take that right leg up towards the ceiling. So flex into the feet. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. And now I want you to try to press your waistband down into the ground. And then from here, can you just hover that left foot? So it's only going to go maybe a few inches off the ground, but my main thing I want is your low back to be flat on the ground. So if that means your leg has to come higher, go for it. But try to get the waistband of your pants all the way flat here. Head and shoulders are peeling up. Feet are flexed. You're just gonna squeeze the legs across the midline so you feel like they're going to the opposite sides of your mat, and then right back to center. They're gonna squeeze across each other and center. Squeeze across and center. Just keep the head and shoulders up. Here's 8. Get your waistband on the floor. 7. So if that means that left leg hovers higher, that's fine. 6. Squeeze them. 5. It's like you're gonna cross your legs. 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze. Turn to your right. Little pulses to your right. Here's 10, 9, 8. Just holding the legs, just your upper body. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Give yourself a little hug. Let's go to the other side. So straighten the right leg out. Left leg goes up to the ceiling. Get the waistband of your pants all the way down. So you can always bend your knees if you need to. Get that flat. Then peel your head and shoulders up. Support your head. Right leg floats up. Keep that waistband on the ground. Here we go. Squeeze that left leg across the right. Back to center. Squeeze across. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze, turn to the left, little pulses to the left, just lifting up and turning. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Grab those knees, give them a little hug. Good, hands come behind the head. Peel yourself all the way up. And now from here, we're gonna try to take elbows to your knees, tap them, and then extend those legs out, open the elbows wide. Exhale, knees to the elbows, all the way back out and open. Here we go, 8, 7, 6. See if you can tap your knees even higher on those triceps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the knees with the arms. Straighten your arms up to the ceiling like you're gonna reach for the ceiling. Get those knees even higher on those triceps like you're trying to get them in your armpits. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring your head down. All right, right leg is gonna cross over your left. And if you can, you're gonna hook the toes behind the ankle. If not, you're just crossing your right leg over the left. Okay, so eagle legs here. Now, we're gonna take the hands to hold onto your head. You're gonna flex your feet back, and then we're gonna tap that left heel to the floor, bring it back up, and I want you to turn your chest to the right as the knees come in. Chest goes center, legs tap the floor. Then as they come in, turn to the right. So it's gonna feel like your left elbow is going to your right knee. Here we go, 8, center, drop, turn as it comes in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring it back in. Switch the legs. So now the left leg is on top, right leg's on the bottom. Flex back into that right heel so it feels like you can tap your heel to the floor. Tap the right heel to the floor, bring it in, turn your chest to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Grab the back of the thighs. Let's get a couple of rocking balls on the spine. Give me 3. Here's 3, Try to get the low back on the floor. 2. One more, and we're gonna roll up to standing. So roll yourself all the way up, put the feet on the floor, stand all the way up. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands behind you, interlace the palms, bring them together. You can keep the elbows bent. Walk your feet about hips width distance apart, and then soften your knees as you fold over your thighs. And we're gonna let those arms try to come away from your hips. So shoulder heads move back, shoulder blades squeeze together. Try to let those arms come up and over your head. One more big breath here. Good. Release your hands, look forward, walk your feet back towards each other. Inhale. And then exhale, fold over the legs, trying to straighten a little bit more into the legs. Just 2 more like that. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the top of the head to the front of the mat, soften the knees. And then exhale, fold towards the floor and try to straighten the legs. One more, inhale. Exhale. Now, if you have a hard time getting your hands to the floor, you might just want to bring them up onto a block here, because we're going to take the heels and turn them in so that they touch, and then you're going to rise up onto the toes. So my heels are lifted and glued together. My fingertips are on the floor, but they're going to stay pretty light. I'm trying not to put any weight in my hands. And then I'm going to bend my knees so my hips drop towards my heels. And then I'm going to stand back up and squeeze my legs straight. Now, you don't have to go as low. If it bothers your knees, just maybe do this little half bend and squeeze. If your knees can handle going all the way down, all the way up, go for it. But we're going to try to keep going up and down. And I want to try to pick up the pace a little bit. So again, you work with whatever range of motion works for you. We're just trying to keep those heels glued together. And we're just going to try to pick up the pace and move a little quicker. Just warming up the legs here. Let's go for this last. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Drop the heels, just fold over the legs. Look forward, keep your hands on the ground and just step that right foot to the back of your mat. Wiggle those toes back and lower that right knee. The hands can come on the inside of that left foot, so just wiggle that left foot out. Let the hips stretch for a moment. Good, just turn the left toes out a little bit so you've got your left knee and toes kind of angled towards the left corner. And then we're just gonna bring the left hand onto the knee and turn towards that thigh. Keep pulling your belly back through your spine so you feel some support in the low back. One more breath here. Good, turn all the toes forward on that left foot. You can keep your hands on the inside, tuck your back toes, and just lift your right knee. Okay, we're just looking forward. Hips are low here, still trying to lengthen out. Good, keep your hands flat on the floor for now. But just keep lifting that right inner thigh. Good. Think of the chest reaching forward, heel reaching back. You're gonna bend the right knee like you're gonna tap the floor, and then you're gonna reach it back. Bend it like it's gonna tap, reach it back. Just give me 3 more like this. Here's 3, 2, try to squeeze that right glute every time. 1, okay, wiggle that left foot in between the hands. You can lift your hips a little bit now. Pause here, look forward, straighten the right leg, and just hover those hands so that we're barely coming up. We're just right off of that left thigh. Just holding here if you can. Arms are gonna come out wide like a T. All right, we're just gonna be swinging the arms forward and back. So I want you to try to take them towards your ears and then reach them all the way back towards your hips, towards your ears, back to your hips. Here's 8, 7, try to bend that left knee. 6, 5, I want you to feel the legs working here to hold you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those arms back to the T. Here's our twists. Twisting left and right. Try to stay with me here. I know that left thigh is working. Just like an airplane, we're just rotating, keeping those wings nice and wide. I guess you don't really want an airplane to do this, but you know, the arms are like the wings. That's my point. All right, last 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Both hands down on either side of that right or that left foot, lower the right knee, straighten that left leg back and fold over it. I'm gonna bring my foot a little more in the center if it's off to the side. Pull back on the toes. Now keep that left hip down. Take your right hand on the floor and just turn your whole upper body towards that left leg. I just like to put my thumb in the crease of my left hip to keep it honest and turned down towards the floor. One more breath. Good. Go ahead and place that left foot down. Look forward, step the right foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, extend the spine nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the knee, wiggle the right foot out a little bit, and let those hips start to fall towards the floor. Just taking a moment here, just letting the hips expand. 2 more breaths. All right, turn all the toes on that right foot out with the knee. So they both turn at an angle, at like a 40-degree angle from your body. Right hand on the knee, go ahead and turn your chest towards that right thigh. Good, maybe just 2 more breaths here. Okay, wiggle that right foot back in. Keep both hands on the inside of the foot and then just pick up that left knee. So I want you to try to let your hips fall towards the floor, but straighten that left leg and really reach that left heel back. Trying to find some length here as you lower the hips. All right, 1 more breath, holding. Now we're just gonna bend that left knee like you're gonna tap the floor and then extend it and reach it all the way back. So I want you to feel like you're getting more and more opening to the front of that left hip and thigh every time you reach that knee back and that heel back. Good, let's just go for 2 more. 2, 1, hold it there. All right, wiggle that right foot in between the hands. Get yourself situated that you feel like you've got all your weight in your feet, and then come up just hovering your belly off your thigh. Hands are gonna just come up to reach towards the back of your mat, and then we're gonna swing them all the way forward in the horizon line through your ears, and then all the way back towards your hips. So I'm staying nice and low in my legs, just moving my arms. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, challenge your legs, try to stay low. 5, make sure your head's not dropping. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go with those airplane arms, turning yourself all the way one way, back to center, the other way, center. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Last round. 1, 1. Both hands down on either side of that right foot. Lower your left knee, and then straighten that right leg back. Reach the top of your head towards your toes. Keep that right sit bone dropping towards the floor. Take another breath or two here. Keep your left hand on the floor. Right hand can come to the crease of your hip. Lengthen out your spine, and then start to turn your chest towards that right thigh. Take a breath or two here. You should feel that stretch kind of change to be a little bit more on the lateral outer portion of the hip and thigh. Last big breath. Good, go ahead and place that right foot down. Look forward, pick up the knee, walk your hands out in front, step that left foot all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit down in your chair. So bring your thighs all the way together, big toes together. Take your butt way back, and then just swing those arms up towards your ears. Good. So just sitting nice and low here. Taking one more big breath, pull your belly away from your thighs. Good. Hands to your heart. You're gonna stay pretty low here in that left leg. And I want you just to sneak that right heel up towards your bottom. So see if you can just squeeze it up to your glute like a little flamingo here. And then we're gonna extend the right leg back as you start to straighten into your left. And then you're gonna sit back down and bring the knees back together and that heel back to your butt. So we're just gonna transition into this kind of warrior 3, and then kind of this one-legged seat here in chair. Extend it all out, warrior 3. Bring it all in, this kind of single leg chair. Find something to look at on the ground that's not moving. Move with slow control. And if you fall out of it, just come back into it. Let's see if we can get maybe just 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job, bring it back in. Set that right foot next to the left. Shift all your weight to the right foot. Belly lifts away from your thighs. Hands at your heart. Left heel's gonna squeeze up towards your bottom. So my knees are kind of hugged together here. Then I'm gonna slowly hinge forward, extend the left leg all the way back, and try to straighten into both legs. I'm gonna sit back down, bring the knees back to touch. And try to keep that heel kind of tucked in as I come back into this seat. Again, finding something to look at that's not moving is really helpful with your balance. Here's 5. And again, you want the gaze to be kind of soft, not too laser focused. 4. Last 3. 3. 2. 1 more. Good job. Take that left foot down, leave the right. And now we're just gonna go for little squeeze pulses here. Just stay low, little pulses of your legs in your chair, belly up. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Belly hits the thighs, straighten the legs. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Plant your hands, step yourself back to your plank. Holding onto the plank here. Just looking forward. Lengthening your tail towards your heels. Lift your inner thighs. Feel like you're dragging your hands back towards your toes. Turn on your core here. 1 more breath. Good, lower your knees. Let's go for some chaturanga push-ups here. So we're gonna bend the elbows, squeeze the ribs, press it back up. Squeeze those ribs as you come down. Check you're not dropping your shoulders. Let's go for 7. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this next one low, little pulses. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to your belly. Grab for one hand weight, just one. And we're gonna press down into all 10 toes. Okay, so get all your toes on the floor. You can have your legs a little separated. And this is where we're gonna pass that weight around. So this is not easy. You're gonna try to keep your arms up off the floor and think of length over height for this chest. So I'm trying to keep long through my spine. All right, that weight's gonna be in my hands, lifting up. I'm gonna take it in the right hand, swing it all the way back behind me, turn the palms to face up as I switch it to my left hand, bring it all the way forward, and grab it with my right. So I'm going one direction right now. Trying to take it back and around. Back and around. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, take a break. We're going back the other direction. All right, so if you got more than a 3-pound weight, it might be getting pretty heavy here. Let's take that weight up to my 3 pound is heavy. We're taking it around to the left, give it to the right, all the way back around in front. Take it left, pass it behind you, all the way back around. Try to keep that length, press down into those toes. Here we go. 5, 4, try to clear your butt. 3, 2, one more. 1, good, take a break. All right, we've got that weight in front in both hands. Palms can face up as you hold that weight. And we're just gonna lift the arms and do little pulses. So arms are just gonna pick up off the floor, little lift, little lift. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, rest. We're gonna take it behind us and do the same thing. So you're gonna bring it behind you on your butt. You can grab it with both hands, but can you see, I want your shoulders to not be diving down. I want you to really pick your shoulders up and squeeze them behind you. Little lift of the arms. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that weight out to the side, hands under your elbows. Press yourself back up to your knees. Keep those hands right under your shoulders. Lift the knees. You're gonna tap the knees to the floor, lift the knees and lengthen. Tap, lengthen. Tap, lengthen. So trying not to change my spine. I'm just hinging from the knee. Belly cinched up and trying to stay supportive of the back. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift your weight back over your heels and forward over your wrists. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back. Here's your little pulses over those heels. Keep your shins low and parallel to the ground. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low here. You're gonna march your feet. We're gonna step Left foot out, right foot out, left foot in, right foot in. So I'm just staying low in this kind of crab position, but my legs are back, or my shoulders are back, and I'm just stepping the width of my mat and then back in. So my left foot steps the width of my mat, right foot steps out, left foot steps in, right foot steps in. One more to the left, then we're gonna switch it to the right. So now the right foot steps out, left foot out, right foot in, left foot in. So the whole time I'm pushing my hands down and forward to try to keep my weight and my body moving back. Stay low, try to get those shins parallel to the ground. Two more. Right foot out, right foot in, left foot in. One more. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Straighten the legs, pedal the feet. Good. Right leg's gonna go up and back. Bring it to touch that right elbow, squeeze it in, give it a hold. Step in between the hands. Reach for those hand weights. If they're not somewhere close by, go ahead and grab them. And then we're gonna come all the way up into our warrior two. Sinking the hips down. Good, get that right knee over that second toe. Weights can just be down for a moment here. Arms are gonna come up by your shoulders here, out wide. Good, and then sink into those legs. Let's reverse it. Just a little side stretch. Good, come forward, side angle. Left arm over the ear. Good, come back up, and then we're just gonna turn to our plie. So walk those heels in, turn the toes out, sink your hips down, and you're gonna grab for the weights. All right, arms are gonna come up. We're gonna sink the hips down, try to stay low. We're making little circles here. Little circles with those arms. Let's circle back. You can always hinge forward a little bit if your hips are tight. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing those hands in so the weights touch. Take them back wide. In and out. Here's 8. Stay low in those legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them here. Little lifts in front. Keep the hands together. Here's 9, 8. You can pulse your hips. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those elbows. Little punches up. Keep the weights together. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Just open, close. Keep those elbows bent. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arms wide. Last set, little pulse up. Up with the hands, down with the hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower those hand weights all the way to the floor. Turn yourself to the front of the mat. Step yourself back to your plank. We're going to side plank. Right hand down, left arm up. Lift the hips. Give me 3, 2, 1. All the way through the other side. Lift that right arm. Here's 3, 2, 1. All the way back to center. Hands are wide, knees go down. 10 push-ups. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pulses at the bottom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way down. Take that left arm out, on at a diagonal, roll onto your side, stretch your chest. Other side, right arm goes out, roll to your right side, stretch your chest. That palm's pressing down, shoulder heads lifted away from the floor. All right, we got one more on the other side and then we're done, guys. Back to center. Press yourself back to your knees. Tuck your toes, up to down dog. Left leg inhales up and back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Give it a hold. And step in between the hands, coming up. Warrior 2. Just gonna turn myself around. Just sinking low here. We'll reverse it. And side angle forward. Good, come back up. And let's go ahead and come into that plie. So walk your legs in, plie down, grab for those weights, and this time we're gonna hinge forward at the hips. So you should feel like you've got a nice flat back, and we're gonna take those arms wide like a T and back down. So I want you to really get low in your legs, and then you're hinging from the hip with a flat back. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms out to a T. Bend your elbows into your ribs and then punch them out wide to the side of the room. Yep, in, out. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge yourself back, so now you're upright again. Thumbs up to your shoulders. Punch all the way up. All the way up. Good, little pulses of your hips if you like. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, elbows up, punch forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, you're almost there, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight arms, down, up, down, up. I got one more after this. Here's 8, 7, get low, those hips. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up, palms face up, palms face down, up, down. Little pulse of the hips. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Just turn your toes forward, put your weights down, fold over those legs. Take a breath, stretch it out. Good, walk your hands all the way around to that front foot. Step yourself back into your plank. Take a breath here. Good, set down your knees, child's pose all the way back. Slide your hands forward so your hips are over your knees. Start to drop your chest towards the floor. Good, walk your hands back in, sit on your bottom, and we're just gonna stretch the outer glutes for a second. So we're gonna take that left shin on the floor so it's parallel to the long side of your mat. Right ankle's gonna cross on top, and your knee and your foot might be really far away from each other. So just take your hands behind you and start to tilt your pelvis forward, encouraging your knee to drop towards that foot. Now, if you feel like you have no pain in your knees, you can start to walk your hands forward. But again, I want you to feel like your pelvis is tilting forward, not rounding back. You should feel the stretch in the outer hips, not your knees. Maybe just one more big breath here. And you can always put a little weight into that right knee. Again, only if you feel no stress or strain in the knee joint. Good, come back up, switch sides. Right shin on the bottom, left ankle on the top. And again, they may start really far away from each other. So you can just lean back and let your sit bones try to press back so that your knee can drop down. And if it's accessible, you can start to walk the hands forward. And the longer you kind of sit here, the more everything will start to loosen up and relax. So you can always stay longer. But about 4 to 5 breaths is really helpful. Nice, big, full, quality breath. Just maybe one more. Just letting everything soften up. Good, bring the soles of your feet together. Knees are wide. And we're gonna take the heels pretty close to your pelvis. You can use your elbows to kind of press the knees apart. But I'm gonna hold on to my toes and just use my elbows to press my calves or my knees out as I hinge forward. So I'm still trying to get that feeling in my sit bones moving backwards and my pelvis tilting forward. Good, last one. Legs nice and wide, heels to the floor, toes turned up. Same thing, hands go behind you to tilt the pelvis forward. If that's easy or manageable, maybe the hands come in front, but I want to keep that feeling of the pelvis tilting with me. And you can walk out as much as you want till you feel a good stretch and just take a couple breaths there. This should be more hamstrings, inner thighs. Last big breath here. Good work. All right. Good job.